Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kicking with Kipes. Today, there was only 4 games on the schedule today, so let's waste no time and hop right into it. The Ottawa Senators taking on the Buffalo Sabres, where the Buffalo Sabres goals and sticks became alive today for the first time all season. That I think the Sabres had only scored 2 goals in their first couple games, and they scored 8 in this game, dominating the Ottawa Senators 8-4 in this game. Jack Quinn picked up the first goal of the game, his first goal of the season, assisted by Bowen Byram and Rasmus Dahlin. Then the Ottawa Senators, they actually made a little bit of a comeback and put 2 goals in the net right away. Tim Stützle picked up his first goal this season. He's been having a slow start to the season, as well as Jake Sanderson picking up his first from Ridley Grigg and Dylan Cousins. Ryan McLeod, Alex Tuck, Jason Zucker times 2 all got on the board in consecutive fashion to get the Sabres up. That would be 5-2 at that point. But Shane Pinto decided to make this game a little bit interesting, and then Lars Eller decided to make this game a little bit interesting. But Ryan McLeod, Jack Quinn with an absolutely outstanding goal. I can't show the footage, but if you want to look up a beautiful goal, go look up that goal. And then Yuri Kulik, he scored his first goal this season on the empty net to help the Buffalo Sabres win 8-4 in what kind of some people were considering a must-win game for the Buffalo Sabres because of how desperately bad the Sabres have been so far. In sports tonight, there were a ton of heavy-hitting games. The Blue Jays put 13 runs on the Seattle Mariners. The Buffalo Sabres put 8 on the Ottawa Senators like we just talked about. And the bloody Chicago Blackhawks put 8 goals on the St. Louis Blues. Ilya Mikheyev, Lucas Reichel, Frank Nazar, Jason Dickinson, Ryan Donato, Ryan Green, and Teuvo Teravainen all scored for the Chicago Blackhawks in what ended up being a nasty game. There was after Frank Nazar's goal, there was a huge brawl because Nazar or somebody got pushed into the net, and Nazar just went into the corner celebrating by himself. But that's okay because the Blackhawks desperately, like the Sabres, desperately needed a moral victory, and boy, oh boy, did they ever get that with this one. The goal scorers for the St. Louis Blues were Jake Neighbors picking up his 4th goal of the season. Unfortunately, my wife picked him up on fantasy today. I was actually thinking about picking him up, but I picked Bennett Seneke up. Hopefully he does something for me in the next couple days. Dylan Holloway and Tyler Tucker were the other 2 goal scorers for the St. Louis Blues in this game. The next game was the Detroit Red Wings hosting the Florida Panthers in what is arguably one of the, between the 4 games, there was 2 that were pretty normal scores. The other 2 were just absolutely banana lands. But the Detroit Red Wings beat, like I predicted, the Florida Panthers to give the Florida Panthers their first loss of the season, 4-1 in this game. Mason Appleton, he scored against the Leafs the other night. He scores again to open the scoring in this game, picking up his 2nd goal of the season. Patrick Kane, he's having a decent start to this season. He gets his 2nd goal of the season on the power play. He might be a sneaky pick to make the U.S. national team for the Olympics because of how decent of a start he is having. If he keeps it up, I can see him making a sniff at it. I'm not saying he will, but they definitely will have to keep him on the radar. Brad Marchand scores his 3rd goal of the season. Brilliant start to the season off his new 6-year contract. So Anton Lundell also picking up his 3rd assist of the season, which is very important that those 2 people contribute, especially Anton Lundell in that center position after Matthew Tkachuk and Barkov go down. He is going to be absolutely key for the Panthers to stay on this trajectory and hopefully, well, not hopefully, I hate the Panthers. I love this jersey, but I hate the Panthers. Hopefully, for Florida Panthers fans, to try to go for a 3-peat. Mason Appleton picks up another goal for his 3rd of the season on the empty net tonight. And then Michael Rasmussen, or I was going to say Masmussen. That's a pretty good name. Anywho, now I can't get it out of my head. Michael Rasmussen picks up his 1st goal of the season on the empty net as well. So 2 empty net goals, 1 power play goal, and 1 even strength goal for the Detroit Red Wings. After their head coach Todd McClellan kind of ripped into them in the media, they've pulled off 3 straight victories in a row. So this might be a team to be worried about for the next couple weeks and maybe even for the rest of the season because they look like they're a decent hockey team. I don't think they are. Excuse me. It's late. I'm tired. Excuse me. But yeah, the Detroit Red Wings, they don't look like a very good team on paper, but I could see them being decent along the way throughout the whole season. kind of like a scrappy team the whole way. The Calgary Flames played the Utah Mammoth at the Utah Mammoth's home opener as the first game on home ice as the Mammoth team. They released the new mascot. He looks absolutely brilliant. And then the Calgary Flames score first in this game. Rasmus Andersson picks up a goal on the power play, assisted by Kadri and Morgan Frost. Kadri, he's having an okay start to the season. I actually dropped him in fantasy. That might not have been a great idea now that he got a point in his first game since I dropped him, but whatever. That was in the first period. The second period comes along, and the Utah Mammoth absolutely dominated the Calgary Flames. I think the Flames ended with like 6 or 7 shots at the end of the second period, and I think the Mammoth had somewhere around 17 shots on net. Barrett Hayton and JJ Peterka scored for the Utah Mammoth in the second period. The third period came along. The Flames looked a lot better. They picked up a ton of shots, great scoring opportunities, but Kevin Stenlund, with like 20 seconds left in the game, bank pass, bank shot, whatever you want to call it, from his own end off the boards and into the net. Weegar couldn't get to the puck in time, and the Utah Mammoth win their first home game of the season 3-1 against the Calgary Flames. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hit like, hit subscribe if you like this video. Tell your friends, and we will see you tomorrow for more predictions, for more recaps. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.